A job interview can be a nerve-wracking experience. You want to make a really good first impression so you can set yourself apart from that competition and land that dream job. In this video, I'm going to share with you 5 public speaking techniques that you can steal to use in your next job interview. And of course, if this video is helpful, make sure to like, comment, subscribe for more videos about public speaking, personal branding, and social media. How you start a job interview sets the tone of the conversation. This is also true in public speaking. One really simple way to start out strong is a technique called the call out. Generally speaking, you're going to know who you're doing your interview with. Typically, it starts out with the HR manager, but eventually it's going to move to the upper leadership team. Knowing this information in advance, you can go onto their website and onto LinkedIn and start doing a little bit of research. During this time, you want to find something interesting to call out to showcase that you've done your research and you've paid attention to their needs as a company. For example, in a recent job interview I had noticed that the top 2 people of the upper leadership team worked at the same 4 companies. They would go from company to company to company together. By sitting down and starting the conversation out by saying, hey, I was doing a little sleuthing on LinkedIn and I noticed the 2 of you have worked at the past same 4 companies. That's amazing. Tell me a little bit about it. I start off the conversation actually seizing control in a really healthy way that's non-aggressive. I set the tone of the conversation that showcases, hey, I actually have done my due diligence. I've looked at your company, I know who you are, and they get to talk about themselves, which makes them more at ease. But inevitably, the conversation is going to come around to the standard, so tell me about yourself. And this is where you get to really wow everybody and master your story. In essence, they already have a rough outline of your story. The past jobs you've put on your resume are little touchstones and you get to fill in the details. Take the time before your interview to really hone in, refine down, and showcase your unique experiences, talents, techniques that you bring to the table nobody else brings, and master your storytelling. I've shared a number of techniques on how to do that, and I will leave a link to those videos in the description below. Practice the fundamentals of public speaking. Removing things like filler words, the ums, uhs, ands, you knows, so's, can actually help you sound more confident. Learning how to speak from your diaphragm instead of your chest can also do this too. Now, there are a couple of ways you can learn the fundamentals of public speaking. You can join Toastmasters, which I've talked about before, or you can download the app Speako and go through their daily exercises. It takes about 10 to 15 minutes a day. I'll link to it in the description. Practice your impromptu speaking skills. A job interview, in essence, is a bunch of impromptu speaking opportunities. The interviewer is asking you questions and you have to answer them. And the secret to interviewing is having a framework on how you answer questions. When it comes to a job interview, use the STAR framework. STAR stands for situation, task, action, result. So when your job interviewer asks you a question that starts with, tell me about a time when, describe a situation when, have you ever, this should be a mental cue that it's time to fall onto that STAR framework. Let me do a little role play example. Tell me a time when you showcased your leadership capability. When I was working at Acme Corporation during one of our largest events where we showcase our new inventions, my supervisor, Mr. Wild E. Coyote, accidentally had a large anvil fall on his head and put him out of commission, leaving him absolutely incapacitated and us without a leadership team. So instantly I jumped into action. I first directed our team to call a local ambulance, then I grabbed the microphone, walked up on stage, and gave a presentation about our newest invention, our rocket-propelled boots. We ended up selling over 100,000 units in 3 months due to that presentation. Situation, task, action, result. Finally finish strong. The end of a job interview and the end of a speech has the same goal: to leave your audience satisfied but wanting more. Typically in a job interview, there'll be a section where they go, well, do you have any questions for us? After you ask all of your questions, always end with the big finish. I have just one more question for you. Based off of my resume, experience, history, expertise, and how I answered all of these questions, is there any doubts, hesitations, or reservations in your mind that I cannot absolutely nail this job? Say this phrase confidently, look directly into your boss's eyes, and say nothing. Let them talk. End with the big finish, wow your interviewers, and land that job. And if you want more help on how to craft your personal story, check out this video. In it, I'll show you the timeline of my life technique that is chef's kiss perfection. I'll see you guys in the next video.